10 seconds.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the View from the Dead Box. It's your regulars with a guest today, my wife, my pain in the ass, Courtney. So we got back from Cup. How's everybody feeling?
I mean, I had a great time coaching and watching. It could have been better. In my opinion, started out strong and just couldn't fucking get Friday together. What about you, Courtney? What do you think?
Thursday, I felt really good
Yeah.
about it. We were playing well, and then Friday rolls around and we just can't figure it out.
Bums.
I felt like we were it was just a cluster.
Yeah, it never. I don't know what it was. I had a couple different players call to me and they said they didn't Thursday they knew their job and they knew what they were going out there to do, and then on Friday they just felt like they didn't know what they had to do. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if that comes from just miscommunications in the pits, on the field, or people just not listening, or what, really. I mean, what about you, Wes? I mean, you played. Me and Courtney, I coached, and Courtney coached and pitted too for us, really. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I think too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. I think Thursday everybody went along with the game plan, did what they're supposed to do, didn't really question anything. And I think Friday we were coming out of the box, and I believe some people were coming out there just in a different
mindset.
Yeah, maybe a different mindset. When they come out there in the box and they were asking me and Jamie what they were shooting, where they were going, and I was like, nothing changed.
Yeah.
You just do what you were told in the the pit, whatever you or Chuck laid out, just do that.
Yeah.
And we had a couple points, we had a couple cluster fucks. Me and Jamie were going the same side, and then last minute I think we had a couple extras that were moving around, or maybe some people didn't know their exact assignment, because every now and then I'll change where I'm going on the break. Usually it's not the pull up short; it's always to either take a bite or go a little further.
Yeah.
So I felt like Friday it was definitely a cluster. Like some people just weren't tracking on what they were supposed to be doing, or they were just too, I don't want to say overwhelmed, because if you should be overwhelmed Thursday, not Friday.
Yeah.
But they were definitely just a little bit all over the place. So I really don't know, what else to do. And I felt like Thursday people were doing their jobs and their zones, doing what they were supposed to be doing, their assignments. And I think Friday there was a lot of just doing not what they want, but just not really playing selfish ball, but just kind of not sticking to the game plan. Just not.
Yeah.
We knew how we were getting beat. It was very easily fixed, and the people who could stop it or could fix it were not adjusting to stop said moves.
Yeah.
It's just, and we knew exactly how to stop it.
Yeah.
But they just weren't placing the shots correctly. I think towards the end, Shane told me he felt like his gun was wasted like 90% of the time on the break. Like it was shooting a dead lane. I felt like that if maybe if he thought his gun was being wasted, one or two times, maybe come to the pits and say, hey, I've been shooting this gap 3 times and nobody has even gone to this gap yet. I feel like maybe sometimes you need to tell the coaches that, so they can adjust the game. Okay, well, you weren't getting anything here. Let's pull your gun back and let's shoot here this time. Or instead of even going up there, let's go here and shoot this. So I think maybe people coming off and giving a little bit more insight is better. Obviously, too little, too late now. I will say, me playing the rest of the weekend with the different lines. When I played Saturday, it was like we also had a rough start.
Oh yeah, I watched y'all went down 0-3, right?
Yeah, we went down 0-3, and I'm like,
and this is 5-man. What we were talking before was X-ball, obviously. So
yeah. We went down 0-3, and then like your back's up against the wall. You have to win every single game since then. You literally can't lose anymore. You'll lose the tournament.
Yep.
So when we didn't, we won everything all the way up to and played Sunday, played on the pro field, um, which
And
is insane.
congratulations on that second place. I know it's
Yeah,
it's not you have no idea. I was watching from the grandstands, and I should have fucking ran down there, but I texted Courtney, and I texted her. I said, "Have you go around the Dorito corner and up because nobody shot that lane all 3 games."
yeah,
And I was like, I know how fucking fast you are. And I'm like, that would put Wes in an easy 200, maybe the danger. You know what I mean? You would have been up way down there. I don't know if it would have changed anything. No idea.
yeah,
But I would just like to have seen that play happen.
yeah. Definitely, but it was just different because Saturday, um, you go to the pits, like you listen to the assignment, they tell you this is where you're going, and Dwayne kind of put the game plan out. You go here, you shoot here, you stop here, you
Yeah.
delay here. When this is done, this is your zone. You're stopping this. From
Yeah.
here to here, you control all of this. If anybody gets to that, that's on you. So everybody
Yep.
had their own like job to do, and it was definitely like that. Like you went in, you went to work, you did your job, boom, game was won. You went back out, you went to work, you did your job, boom, game won, and that's how it went. And we won everything up. You get there Sunday morning. You have to play 2 matches because we barely
Yep.
sneak in. So we play like 7 something in the morning.
Like
We have to we sneak
7:45, I
in.
think.
Yeah, so we play one of the top teams. Just fucking roll them up.
Yep.
You play another team, roll them up, and then like, okay, well, you're playing after lunch on the pro field on the webcast in front of everybody,
Yep.
and it's like, oh shit, like this is surreal, like this
Oh,
is
yeah.
happening now. So
It was wild.
it's just insane. We came up a little bit short, but we won the first point. Already kind of sketchy. They were into our snake like 20 seconds into the game.
Hmm.
I ended up sneaking a shot on the guy because that was about to be a terrible, terrible showing, and we won that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we were already went up 1-0, and then just couldn't get it done the next 2 points, which is I guess it's a great feat to get there and take second place. Some
Yeah.
people never get a chance to, I guess, even play on that stage.
Oh, definitely
But
not.
I think I would rather lose flat out and then take second place at World. And then people think that's crazy. So like, why would you rather lose? You could be playing for second place in the World Cup. I'm like, yeah, it's just a shitty feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I was thinking about that on the ride home, and I was like, man, I'm super happy for Wes. I was like, but I know I don't show how competitive I really am. Like, I am very quiet with it, and you are a lot more louder with how competitive you are than most of it. And I was like, I can only imagine like what he's thinking when you were sitting up with us watching that the finals. Like, you were pretty chill, but I'm like, I don't think he's that chill inside. He's just like, either hasn't set in yet, or he's just like, man, that fucking sucks. Like, I should have got first place. I should not be sitting here with the second place. Fucking
Yeah.
whatever bullshit you get. But
It was just crazy to be walking out in the field, and then have like, I don't want to say the whole grandstands, but walking out there, like you guys are cheering,
oh yeah,
like all kinds of random people that I've never met before were like chanting and like cheering for us.
Yep.
It was just, I guess, cool to be out there and have that. And it's a whole nother feeling to like have the sidelines getting hyped.
oh yeah.
For you. It's
It's
literally
wild.
insane. Yeah.
So
And
go ahead.
I think about anybody else, like now that I say I've played on those stages, but I've been in enough finals and bigger events to like find. But I could see if somebody hasn't been there before, it would be a lot. Like,
Oh
a lot.
yeah, I can
Everybody gets
imagine.
hits and we were pitting with Dynasty for a while, and it's just crazy to be like right next to them and watch how much emotion is going in and out of the pits 24/7. And they're walking out and they're looking at us and they're like, all right, man, like now it's your chance. Like now
That's
it's us.
badass.
Like yeah, like now y'all have to go out there and prove what you got. Like don't let it go to your head. Don't it's just another paintball game.
Yeah.
And like I said, to me, I've been there enough to know. But to somebody who definitely hasn't or has only played local events, I could definitely see where it would be like it just be overpowering. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah, it's like
too
someone.
much.
No matter what sport you play, there's always like that tournament. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
would be that to someone playing, even like a kid playing in like a Little League World Series. It would be comparable to that, I would imagine. I mean, I've never played on a pro field, obviously, but I think we should have been out there coaching it this year. I really think that D4X ball team should have. So we lost to Shut Up, We're Trying, Empire, correct? And
Yep.
New Jersey Riot.
Yep.
And those were the two teams that went to the finals.
Yeah, it's crazy. Those two
Yeah.
teams were in our bracket, and
Yeah.
looking at them, I definitely wasn't worried about them. And then they end up taking first and second place in the entire event,
And gave us a pretty heavy beatdown,
yeah,
in
and
my
it's like,
opinion.
oh yeah, no, for sure. And I'm like, damn. And I look at these guys playing, and I'm like, these guys are. I don't want to say they're terrible because they're not terrible by any means,
Yeah.
but they.
Well, we
I-
watched the Riot guys. They were pitted next to us all day Thursday, and
Yep.
they were bickering and arguing in
Yeah.
the pits the entire time, like getting in each other's heads
Yep.
and arguing. And that might have been the team that the guy threw the gun and he got ejected for the day.
I
Yep,
think
you're
it was.
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so seeing that, you're like, and not to say you took them lightly by any means, but
No.
it's like, all right, like you should do pretty well because they one team lost. I'm like, all right, they already lost a match, like lost 2 matches or something.
Yeah, they were 0-2 going into Friday.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, we shouldn't have to worry about this guys too much. And then we go down like 5-1 or 4-1 or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, I think we lost to Shut Up. We got swept by Shut Up, We're Trying. It was
Yeah.
0-4. And then I think we were down 3-0 to New Jersey Riot and ended up being 5-1 or 4-1 or something like that. But it really blows my mind because I talked to some of the New Jersey Riot guys Thursday and they were so fucking demoralized. Like,
Yeah,
I just sat there and talked to some of them and I was like, oh, y'all know, like, yeah, we don't even give a fuck. There ain't no way we're moving on. Da, 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 da. And in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I was like, we're playing Saturday is what I thought in my head. I was like, we'll come out here, have a match or two Saturday. Whether we move on from that, I didn't know. But I was
Yeah.
like, this will put us in a decent spot to have a chance to play like more than just 4 matches and go home. But sucks. And then what about our Division 5 team? Let's go ahead because they're all going to listen. So go ahead. I know you got something to say to Carson.
Carson played like a big bag of ass, like Jesus. And he's been in chat popping off again. He's like, well, there's 2 points. I shot 7 guys with 2 points. I'm like, yeah. When you guys are already 0-6, you had 2 good points. You had 2 great points, but you were already down 0-6 at that point.
Well, let's talk about these 2 great points real quick because I said this to you and this is taking a
him
little
and
bit of a they both come off the field after the last game. They go, woo, 3-pack, baby. And I don't say anything to either one of them, but afterwards I was like, they both think they got 3 kills. I was like,
Yeah.
so they're both telling me nobody else on this team shot anybody and they both killed 3 fucking people. I'm like, okay. And afterwards I think it was Joey. I was like, Carson says he got 3 kills too, right? And he was like, oh, I got 3. I'm like, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know who got all 3. I was like, y'all are 2-0 in your last 2 games. Y'all can take that home with you. And somehow y'all killed 6 people. So I think y'all did great. If y'all managed, if that's all facts, then y'all did fantastic for your last 2 games.
That team did not play.
No.
Did not play how they're supposed to play. I felt like that team played like shit, first of all, but they were a lot better than what they put on at Cup.
Yes.
Well, I do believe that every player except 2, that was their first World Cup. If I'm not mistaken, Matt has played and Carson has played a cup. Has Carson played a cup?
I don't know
Not
if
sure.
Carson's ever played at Cup. I think Perkins is the only one that's played Cup. And him and Carson are the only 2 that have played like significant
Yeah.
amounts of tournaments.
Okay.
Everybody else, it's like definitely first tournament season, and some of them this is like second tournament.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they don't have a lot of playing time together, so
and that too.
it was definitely an experience for them for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say something with that, and fuck, I forgot where I was gonna go. Lost it. I completely fucking forgot. Oh, there was another one. So I think this helped Joey. I had to tell him because he gets very, very, very fucking hyper. I literally all last week I would text him once a day and I was like, what are you doing this weekend? And he was like, I'm playing Cup. I'm like, yeah. I was like, but what are you doing when you're out there playing Cup? He was like, I'm going to shoot everybody. I'm like, no. I was like, you need to do just your job. Don't try to do Carson's job. Don't try to do the guy behind you. I was like, you just need to go down. And if you're playing Doritos or in the Snake, go down there and run down there and kill someone and die. If your team can't win when you go down there and make a big kill early on, that's on them. And I think it slowed him down a lot because last couple weeks at practice, he was fucking playing like a wild man. I think he was just trying to do too much.
Yes.
In my opinion.
I agree. He can be like that.
So that covered our Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, I want to talk about your team on Saturday too. So I was on the sidelines watching, and I don't know the gentleman's name, but
Peter DeJoseph.
That man is the fucking GOAT because I watched him do this. Y'all played 8 games. I probably saw him do it 6 of the 8 games, and the fucking faces the opposing team would make when they would die was the best. So obviously playing on that World Cup layout, there was the wing on the inside of the field where you could run up to the center brick and dive across. He would get in there, beat the people off break by like a full second. So he's fast as fuck. He would dive into that wing. He would stand up, and the other team would then be diving in, and he would shoot the fucking opposing snake player on the top of the back of the head every fucking time. And when they would get shot, they would just like turn and look up, and it was just like pure confusion because like, why am I getting shot in the back of my head 8 seconds into a fucking game? And then he'd crawl around and wrap and shoot 2 or 3 guys. So that gentleman was fucking wild. That was, he was fun to fucking watch. And my dad, I saw him do it the first one. I was like, hey dad, watch this guy do this. I was like, he's going to run and shoot this guy in the back of the head. And literally when I say he did it 6 out of the 8 games, he definitely did it 6 out of the 8 games. And I'm like, it's a free kill every time.
Yeah, they had him on some of the NRG lines that he was playing, but he was playing on like multiple teams at once. Yeah. And we didn't have him for all of Sunday, which sucked because his presence was definitely missed on the snake side. But we adjusted and put other guys over there that played well. But it was definitely, he did not play it how everybody else played it. Like they went in the snake, they rushed to the Viper, crawling around, and then started looking for shots on the outside. He went to Seattle, pulled up, waited. The snake guy made the move, shot him, and then filled on the outside of the Viper, and then played the rest of it like that. And it was definitely funny watching him play.
Oh yeah, he was wild.
Yeah, it was definitely just hilarious to watch that happen.
My headset's down. Give me 2 seconds.
You're good. So, trying to think what else we had going on there.
So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we talked about you guys doing that. And then, so we got to give Joey a good opportunity. That was, I hope he enjoyed it. So I've never pitted with a pro team, but it's not really something that I'm like, whatever. I wanted to watch you from up here. But Joey said he had never been more confused in his life when he had so many people telling him, Joey, just go. Don't ask questions. Just go. But he said it was awesome back there. So they did talk to y'all, like walking on and off and stuff?
Yeah.
That's badass.
I mean, it's like,
because they're dialed in and focused as fuck too.
Yeah. So they were playing their last semi match, their full semi match, and once that's done, they have like a few hours break.
Yeah.
So it was definitely crazy to watch. And they were, I don't know if they were playing. They were playing Damage or Impact.
Impact.
Yeah, and they were beating the fucking brakes off it.
Yeah.
They were, at one point they were like 5-0. They were like running into the dirt. Then they got like 5-1, and they went like 6-1. And then they let them score like 6-2, and then like scored 2 more points and went like 8-2 or something like that on the put them away. But it was crazy to like watch how pumped up they were coming in and out of the pits like nonstop. And for anybody listening, we're talking about Dynasty. We were pitting in the same pit with Dynasty when we made the finals on the pro field, but it's definitely a lot to see how fast these guys are coming on and off, you know, and they're always focused, like, and ready to go right back out. Because a lot of times, like Urina's bum ass, he didn't play. He never played. I watched every point, I think, in the Impact game, and he never played 1 point. He sat there with his mask on, waiting to go out, and they ran the same, like, 6 dudes the entire time, and he never went out.
I mean, if your line is winning,
yeah, and they were 5-0.
Even the best got to sit. So
that was probably the highlight of Cup for me, though. Like being next to them while they're going in and out.
Yeah.
And Tyler Harmon, he's definitely the hype man for the team.
That's funny. So I listened to their podcast today, and it was him, Marcelo, and Greenspan they had on there, and that's what Greenspan said about Harmon. He was like, he took how like Oliver used to be the hype man for them. He was the one who would give the speeches, do all this inspirational stuff. He said Tyler's kind of took over on that for him, and that's
Yeah.
funny. I don't know if you've listened to that episode yet. But
I've listened to it. I haven't finished it, but I have started it.
yeah.
You're talking about Marcelo thinks he got a concussion.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Did you see that? I
I
saw
need to
the
go back and
replay.
watch. I missed that match, but apparently Tyler and Marcelo weren't on the same page of what they were doing, and they collided when the game started. And Marcelo said he was seeing stars.
Yeah,
So
they
I
hit
definitely-
decently hard.
Yeah, they both fell on the ground. I guess Marcelo thought he got shot. I don't even know if he got shot.
Yeah.
No one else thinks he got shot. So he like held his gun up and walked off the field. It was wild.
That's
I
funny.
need to go watch that though.
So that was actually my first time. I've got grandstand tickets in the past. Like I can remember 2008 or 9, and I got them because I just wanted to watch Excessive play. That was when they were dog shit at that point in time. But I was like, that was my favorite team as a kid. So I watched it was Thomas Taylor and Rich Telford. Those are the only two I can remember. But I have a picture of the two of them. But I hadn't got grandstand tickets since then. And I only did it because I had prepaid for parking. And I was like, well, fuck it. I got my grandstand tickets. I feel like I've missed out on a lot of wild finals. That was fun as fuck. I had never done that in 12 years of going to World Cup. So I'm fucking pissed now because I normally would be like, okay, like if we didn't make it to Sunday, I'd be like, well, let me pay my paint ticket and leave. Like that was, I'm like, I've been here all week. I love paintball, but I'm about paintballed out. And I'm like, no one I know is playing. And honestly, probably if you wouldn't have been playing, I probably would have bounced too. But
that finals was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it was an overtime point, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
6-5.
6-5. That is crazy. What about so I sent y'all both a link. I haven't read it.
Yeah.
Other too much. So this is the first year they had a female coach, and it was for Ironman.
Yeah, that's badass.
That
Yeah.
is.
I've seen that earlier.
That's probably why they got fucking
share it.
beat down.
No, they didn't.
They got beat down.
No,
Yeah,
they took like.
She's been helping coach for years, so chill.
Probably like D6 kids. Let's be honest.
You're taking shots.
Probably like,
You got your wife in there. You know you're not just talking to me tonight.
probably like the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
You're gonna make-
kids.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, you're just digging your hole deeper.
So apparently Todd's clown ass didn't want to come out the cup, I think he said, or
Yeah, maybe a COVID reason or something. I don't know.
probably the reason that he's like 8 months backed up on jerseys. He probably decided to stay back. Yeah, that's real. That's a real fact, by the way. Yeah, boom, got him roasted. So
Probably not supposed to say that.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
People are getting refunds now.
Oh,
They were getting. They asked for their jerseys at the beginning of the season, and they still don't have them.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, I will say this. So I did get some free pants, and they came from him, and it took a while, but I never bitched because I didn't pay for them. So I was like, I won't say anything, but it took a fucking hot minute, and I kept saying, man, I feel like I need to say, hey, where are my free pants? But I don't want to sound like an asshole. So
yeah, he is. To my understanding, he is a full season back on people's gear. So people are leaving and going to other places for gear,
yeah.
i.e., under GOAT. But
mean,
yeah, he is definitely dropped the ball. So I don't know how you get that far behind, but whatever. So yeah, he couldn't come out of the cup. So they had the girl and then somebody else.
Her name is
Who's the other guy?
let me click the link. I had it just pulled up on my phone. Her name is Nikki McEvers. That was the head coach. I don't see another name, but apparently she played in the NPBL for a couple years, and her parents, I guess she's been like an assistant coach for them, basically. She has been coaching the team for most of, so she stepped in to be the head coach for this. Her parents own a field in Sacramento. Oh, I mean, from doing a little bit of coaching I did,
Nobody's listening to her ass.
Well, yeah, no one. I could not imagine coaching paintball players. Like, y'all are assholes. No offense, but I could not coach grown ass men. I just couldn't do it. So props to her.
Yeah.
I'd love to coach. I could probably coach younger kids because I've done that before. I've coached softball and stuff. But grown men, props to her because I couldn't do it.
I mean, even coaching the Division 5 and Division 4 that we do, it's a pain in the ass as it is. So you're exactly right. I feel like sometimes most of the guys we have now look at me and I could for the most part, at least some of the D5 guys, I could say, hey, can you just run to their home bunker and maybe they won't shoot you? And I think a few of them would say, okay, as dumb as an idea as that is, which that's a good thing. But then some of them, even if I ask them to do something simple, they're kind of like, are you sure I need to do that? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be asking you to do it. Like, in my opinion, that seems to be like a pretty fucking good idea. So I'm not going to intentionally lead you to go die. Unless I tell you, hey, we're doing a wild play, you're probably going to die, but you should be able to shoot 2 people before you die. That's the only time I would really ever ask that. When we fucking need something crazy to happen. Exciting.
Who is the guy that's in that picture with her?
It doesn't. I didn't.
The very bottom. The very bottom has his name.
Yeah.
We are primarily showing. I don't. It doesn't say who.
So and so is cool because he knows Snoop Dogg. Who is that?
Fran. I don't know who that is. I'm sure people are listening and going, "Oh, that's." They just say Fran. They don't give a last name.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, all in all, do you think Cup was as good as it could be for as shitty of a year we had?
I feel like a lot of vendors dropped the ball.
I kind of do too.
Die's tint was lit, and I'm not fucking with you. People who didn't go to Cup, Die's, they had about 20 dry fit shirts, and when I say 20, I mean 20 total. Like 4 separate shirts and like 5 of each. Like that is legit. Like 3 pair of pants, a barrel set, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was a 10 by 10 tent, or sorry, maybe a 20 by 20.
It was probably 2.
Yeah, maybe 2 10 by 10 tents. That's how bad it was. I felt bad because Billy was working it. When we were kind of walking there, and we talked to Billy for a little bit, and I asked for a shirt, trying to give back to the charity, the guys charity at this point, because they're poop. And he's like, no, I don't have that shirt. He's like, I literally only have what you see hanging. And there was 2 more brown. There's the old original retro brown, red, and like white dye. And it was like, I had a pair of pants like that a long time ago. And I'm like, I'd be dope to have that dry fit shirt. And he literally only had 2 shirts. That's all he had. I'm like, this is a fucking joke. HK was as big as it always is. Sorry, not HK. Virtue. HK was huge, but you couldn't go inside of HK. Yeah. They had everything on the wall, so you just chose what you wanted to look at. They'd give it to you, and they go in the back and pull it. Yeah. So that was there, which is fine. I guess that's another way.
We didn't buy anything from there.
Yeah, I guess that's another way of handling the COVID stuff. Virtue and Bunker Kings and Carbon they're all one company now, or brand, I guess, local kind of, and they were huge as always in there. They didn't really have any rules. They were kind of good. Thank God. I didn't know if everybody got their control loader fixed, but they were doing the control loader fixes there. Trying to think what else.
I got some Carbon pants.
Yeah, she got
apparently they're like God's gifts, so we'll see.
Yeah, she got Carbon bottoms, the padded ones. So we got all of our controls fixed.
Now I know this is a small company, but Social Paintball had a big booth. It was bigger than theirs normally is. Yeah. But that was, I'm happy for. Like, I mean, Israel has always been pretty nice to us with playing.
Yeah, it was crazy how big that was. That was like twice the size of Die's.
Yes.
I thought it was.
And they had a lot.
And it was probably about twice as big as theirs normally is. Like, theirs is normally like a 2 or 3 tent booth. This was probably 6 or 7 tents. Like, it was like, the first time I walked in, I was like, oh, fuck, this actually goes back.
Deep.
Yeah.
Like, it was all the way around.
Yeah. So, Infamous, yep, they had a decent booth.
Yeah.
And I liked all their stuff. I would spend all my money at Infamous. And I don't really like the team. The team's kind of shit. But they have the best looking gear. Their swag is fire.
Yeah.
All their shirts, pants, jerseys, hats, all their shit. The shit's on everybody. Everybody else's gear looks like shit compared to Infamous's. Like, whoever's designing that stuff, keep it up. Because it looks great.
I'll allow it.
But
so there was Trade My Gun, and what was that other? I'd never heard of that other
gear. That's Paul. I think his name's Paul. I'm gonna fuck his last name up. It's really weird. It's like Italian or some bullshit. It's like Paul Ferminago, something weird like that. He's big on the pages, but he owns a Matrix Gear USA. I think is the page.
I think so too.
It's basically like another Trade My Gun.
Yeah. They seemed like they were doing pretty good over there.
Yeah, he was doing good. He's doing really good. Hit a lot of badass guns. And he hooked Johnny up a really good deal in cash for his force. and some gear. So that deal was too retarded not to tear down. So
Yeah.
it's good. The Adrenaline Luxes look fucking dope.
Yep.
I really like the design behind them. If anybody hasn't seen the Adrenaline Lux videos, you should go check them out. What they're doing with the guns, it's going to be pretty wild. I'm definitely going to pick one up. I'm just waiting till they come in stock. The bolt system is insane, and being able to throw the mech frame on there is going to be insane.
That's the selling point.
They're claiming 17 balls a second.
I fully fucking believe it. I know what I can do with just a standard CVO. I would say I'm probably 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So, someone who can just shoot faster than me in general, and just a gun that is better equipped to do it.
Yeah. So I definitely want to shoot one. He didn't have anything to shoot. They wouldn't let you shoot him. They only had 3 or 4, and they were already sold.
Yeah.
And it's not like we could have bought one there. We were there for anybody else.
Yeah.
But they were already pre-sold, so they wouldn't let you. They held them, and they were already sold, so you couldn't pick them out.
Field 1.
Field 1, shit as always.
Yeah.
He released the 20 guns. They had their 20th anniversary. Man, I tell you, the guy in that fucking booth is a fucking moron. I don't know who it is.
He was incorrect.
I knew his shit better than he did.
Yeah.
Because I like Field 1 as a company. Not because it's Dynasty. I don't think they didn't know what's going on. I still think it's like owned somewhat behind Bob Long, and Bob Long's company is just like ran very well. They're basically just like, I'm pretty sure Bob Long probably still works there and probably still does it all, but who knows. But I remember listening to a video with Ryan and them talking about this 20th anniversary gun coming out, and they were releasing a 20th anniversary Dynasty jersey. And I've seen it on the fucking video, and I've seen them hold the jersey up, and I swear, I could have sworn it was like a dark green and gold and white, and they had signatures from every single player that ever played on Dynasty.
Yep.
And the guy's like, if you buy this 20th anniversary triple fade force, it comes with 20th anniversary jersey. I'm like, dope. You got the jersey? He had it, and it was blue with Twin Dragons. I'm like, that's not. And I told the guy right there, I'm like, that's not 20th anniversary. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, I seen Ryan holding the jersey. It's a different color, and it has all their signatures on it. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. He's like, the only thing that has signatures on it is the T-shirt up front. I'm like, I definitely remember him holding it with maybe I was I don't know, maybe I'm like hallucinating. I remember him talking in the video next to Kyle, and because he was looking for Kyle's signature.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, who's your signature next to? And he's like, oh, you got and he names like the 5 players that are around Kyle. And he has like Oliver and BC and all. He's like, oh, you got all the goats next to you. And Ryan has like a bunch of fucking bums next to him. Damn, he's like, he's like, if you had to play with your 5-man team, you definitely would win. And
that's awesome.
Back and forth, yeah. And the jersey was not the same jersey.
Interesting.
So maybe the jersey they were giving away was different. The 1-on-1, I don't really know.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't get a good look at the jersey. Like, I didn't spend a lot of time in the booth. One, because obviously it was COVID Cup, so there wasn't as many in general, and they were small. I don't even think I set foot in the Lux booth, honestly. I was like, oh, let me go look at the Shocker, and then when Payne picked one up, I was like, I'll just look at his. And then the Virtue, like you said, it was a big one. That was really it. I spent most of my time either down in y'all's pits in the grandstands or at the beer garden. That was really how my cup. I mean, I probably did more work at this one than I did when we play. Like when I play, I was like, I'm like busy as fuck. Like with y'all, then the D5 guys, and then I wanted to watch you with your D3 team, and then I was like, oh, I get random people want to talk to me, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, like I thought this was a half-ass vacation.
Well, I felt bad because you and your dad and your rest of your family sat there, and this is when it got hot. The sun was coming out a little bit. You guys sat there all day Saturday and watched us play the entire matches Saturday. And every time I walked on, you guys are over there. And I as soon as we were done, we cleaned everything cleaned up, and I came to see you guys. And you guys probably dipped the fuck out because it was probably like 10 million degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, fuck this. And I felt bad because I didn't get to say like thank you or anything. And I'm like, I knew I was gonna see you the next day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I felt bad because all you guys are like supporting me out there, and you guys were sitting in the blazing fucking sun. Probably like, I think we only played for like 2.5 hours, but you've been out there all morning from like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and we didn't play. Sorry, that was Saturday. My bad.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
You guys are out there all day Saturday with the D5 team playing, watch them play all day, and I didn't play Saturday until 1:30 p.m. until like 4.
Yeah.
So we played for like 2.5 hours only, but it was at 1:30 to 4. But you guys were out there from like 9 o'clock to fucking 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but you know, and then you came right back out, you know, Sunday morning, support again, and everybody's back out there.
Yeah, I think like my mom, my cousins, saw them. They dipped a little early because they had all been drinking all day, so they were pretty well toasted. My grandma was fucking really drunk, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they're gonna kill my grandmother because she forgets she drinks. Where they went? Oh, because we went back to my parents' condo, had pizzas and stuff, and then my mom and them, they dipped a little while, and then as soon as your last match was over, I was like, well, I'm out now. So I was like, peace out. I've been here all fucking day, and I was like, I'm planning on coming back in the morning, and I mean, the rest is history. We didn't talk to Courtney too much this episode. We just had her input in the back.
I've just been listening.
There.
No, I'm sorry. Did you? Was there anything special you wanted to talk about a cup? I mean, you said it was your favorite cup.
It was, even though the vendors kind of were meh.
Yeah.
I watched a ton of paintball, but I think my favorite part of, I've already said it, was being in the pits of Dynasty and the energy and all that awesome stuff. It was great, and you know, I had to get my picture with Ryan. So.
Oh, and you got it in the pits, right? I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got me in the pits, so that was awesome.
I am gonna say this about Ryan real quick. One, he won the MVP. I thought he played fucking amazing, and I said that when we were up there. I was like, Kankan, I was like, he's going up to that brick.
That last match, and you played like dog shit to me.
Dude, I'm telling you,
shot on brick like 3 games in a row, going to the fucking brick. I'm like, move this man.
He made so many plays up that center. I was like, wow. And I told Shane, I was like, he's been really like fucking locking it down. But I forget, it must have been Thursday when the guy wouldn't let him back in the pits, the guy who was working it. That was the funniest thing. He was like, I'm like, Ryan Greenspan here to play. He was like, let me see your ID. And he's like, I don't have it. He was like, oh, I can't let you come back. He looked at all of us like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, the dude's doing his job. The dude doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, that is just fucking funny. I mean, that's like a president or someone trying to walk into the White House and being said, sorry, sir, you can't come in without your card.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I wish I was there to see that.
It was funny.
That is hilarious.
Oh, I know y'all all seen this picture. They went viral. It was posted all over the paintball pages and in the paintball standard. And
so the one they throw in the pack?
No, the one of the check in the trash can.
Oh yes.
I know Wes is, you know, that's probably what he would have done if the check was his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
I think it was a second place. I don't know
second place. I think it was D2 X Ball.
Yeah, I think it was D2 X Ball. Yep,
yeah,
I think you're
like
right.
$2,000.
I mean, it sucks.
It doesn't cover the entry.
I know, you gotta pay your players, man.
Yeah.
How many times have we said that? Fucking a million.
It's insane.
So, and that pod pack picture, that was badass because we're in it, obviously.
Yeah.
I couldn't find us because it was focused on like the pod pack.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to zoom in. I'm like, we're all right fucking there.
Yeah.
Because we were like right at the 50-yard line. We had pretty decent seats, all things considered. We fought for those all fucking day. Me and Payne were like, we have to leave somebody here. And just one person has to fight off 20 people. And I'm like, well, fine. I literally don't think I left. I watched like an early match. We sat low. I left, walked around, came back. I think me and Payne were there from like 11 o'clock to 4. Like there was one point, Can text me. He's like, hey, where y'all at? And we're like, I was like, I'll PayPal you for beers. I was like, I'll tell you where you're at. Just get us beers so we don't have to leave the fucking grandstands because we don't want to lose the seats we got now.
They would definitely be gone. Those are great seats.
Yeah. Ooh,
thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really have anything anything in particular other than just cup talk. That's all I had. I didn't know if you had brought anything. I know it was kind of, we took last week off because it was as much as I thought we were going to be able to go. I was too
really
fucking
wanted
hectic.
to get a class to everybody.
Yeah. There's too much going on. We might could have done it, but I don't even know if I would have had time to edit it, honestly.
Yeah, probably not.
But all right, Courtney, are you good? If not, I will take us out of here. I know it's kind of a short one, but we're recording this the night before. I got to put it out. Probably about 45 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about where I wanted it. You good, Courtney?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're gonna be the next pro coach.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, that's what we're
I don't
shooting
know,
for.
y'all are assholes, so.
No, and if we are all assholes, you can blame your husband because we all learned it from him. So, all right, well, I'll take us out of here. We thank you all for listening. Sorry about missing the last week. That was just Cup was a clusterfuck. So much shit going on, but thanks for listening. Check out the other episodes, buy the merch, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Later.
Later.